Welcome back to the channel. Today, what I'm going to be talking about is basically the Mr. Olympia. And pretty much all of Mr. Olympias from the beginning until now, 2017. And my issue with the Mr. Olympia is it's not really dedicated to the individual bodybuilders that has the best physique for that particular night. They're also being judged on their lives and their past mistakes or whatever. So it's really not geared toward the bodybuilder with the best physique for that night. It's not only that, it's also the one that has the cleanest life that will eventually win the contest. So, and basically what got me thinking about this is this particular guy, Kai Green, and the mere fact that a couple of the Mr. Olympias he should have won. And he's not the only professional bodybuilder that this particular thing has happened to. You take Sean Ray, because Sean Ray, and the guy had a pretty much perfect physique, but the thing about it is that he was too outspoken, and that right there prevented him from winning the Mr. Olympia also, especially with a bigger guy like Dorian Yates, who's also injured, and still beat him out with a pretty much perfect physique, just like Dexter Jackson. And that right there is enough, because anybody who's in love with that particular sport to really have negativity towards it, because it's not really geared toward the best bodybuilder, the best body for that particular day. And you can't blame them, you know. I mean, Kai Green with the little sexual thing that ended up coming up, that's why he hadn't won. They won't say that type of stuff, but that's the particular reason why he hadn't won. But the guy did whatever it was that he felt like he had to do to maintain the amount of money that he needed to continue to do what he was doing in his quest for the Mr. Olympia. And a lot of them do a lot of things that you don't hear about. You know, Sean Ray ended up at one Mr. Olympia where he tested positive for steroids. He didn't quite, back then they didn't quite know how to have the drugs clear their systems, and he was one of the ones that ended up getting caught with it. So you have a lot of them that have those issues right there, and they are pretty much put out on Front Street, and that's what keeps them from being able to win that particular title. Because no matter what anybody tell you, 90% of all professional bodybuilders are on drugs. 90%. And the ones that are not on it, they at the back of the line, because they can't keep up with what these guys are doing with these enhancers. So let nobody fool you. All of them are on drugs. There's just no way you can compete at that level and not be. You know, the type of bodies that they are developing are not normal bodies. The type of food regimens that they have are not normal. So you can't base yourself off of them, because their eating habits and their workout regimens are totally geared towards drugs. So that's the sad part about the Mr. Olympia, is that you will never see a true Olympia who's probably really worthy of winning the title, simply because of the other aspects of their lives are being also judged, you know. So, and it's a sad thing, because we'll never, no matter how much sacrifices these guys are making on their bodies, we'll never really see a true winner with just physique only, just their body only. Because, you know, anytime you're winning a Mr. Olympia, you are their flagship. You are the one who's representing them. and they want to make sure that who's ever represent them as far as physiques and also in their lifestyles. Mr. Olympia is like Lee Haney. You know, the guy was just considered clean, totally clean, not clean from drugs, but totally clean as far as his lifestyle is concerned. You know, all of them use drugs, but Lee Haney probably had the Mr. Olympia, you know, wrapped up both ways as far as his physique and also his lifestyle. So that's what I want to talk to you all about. You know, don't get caught up too much on the Mr. Olympia. If you want to really know who's going to win, you know, look at also the lives of these guys that have come to public. And that has a lot to do with who wins also. Not just what they look like, but also their lives. So if that's the way that you're headed toward, just be mindful. It's not just your physique. It's also your lifestyle that's going to be projected for that particular position. And nobody who's running the Olympia is going to have anybody, no matter what you look like, ahead of their organization, and your lifestyle doesn't match what they feel like it should be. So we may never know who is the true Mr. Olympia as far as the body is concerned. Again, thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up button, and also subscribe to the channel, and I'll be talking to you later.